wheels, you're gonna be saving weight. They are lighter. So aluminum is a softer metal, so it's gonna be a little lighter, and that would lead you to think, oh, they're gonna be more brittle because they're lighter, but actually it's the opposite. They're forged, so they're gonna be stronger, and they're gonna give you that weight reduction. Now, how does that help you? I mean, they're lighter, cool. That's gonna help your customers, better gas mileage, higher top speeds, so you're gonna see customer satisfaction go up. Where does that put you at? More sales. Everybody wants increased revenue, but even on more than that, our business, we pride ourselves on the value of our product. So what you're gonna see is customer retention. You get that customer satisfaction up, more sales. You don't want a one-time sale, the wheel breaks, they come back. No, you want to be known for your quality in this business.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I've got a little picture here of some of that. And then another problem I remember you mentioned having is the rust. So our wheels, because they're aluminum and not steel, steel will oxidize when it's in that saltier, wetter environment. The aluminum, it's gonna, when the water or the salt gets on it, it's gonna make a very thin film of, I believe it's called aluminum oxide. It's gonna protect it longer. So, you know, your market in the coastlines in the north, or with all that salt, you know, the steel wheel people, without extreme preventative care, maintenance, the steel wheels are rusting out. You're gonna have to get those replaced. With aluminum, you don't have to do near as much work to have a longer life on your wheel. So your market reach there is gonna be much higher. I have a statistic here in the back, actually. Let me flip to it quickly for you. So yeah, as you can see here on our chart, your salty and wet environment market is gonna go up 2/3. So 66% increase in your salty environment, especially if you just market as these are less resistant to rust, people are gonna hop right on that. Oh, and I also forgot to ask, are you when something new comes across, are you the kind of person you wanna strike when the iron's hot? Or do you wanna kind of wait it out and see how it does?
In general, probably in the middle there. We definitely like to get those new innovative products when they make sense, but I'm not all for just something new just because it's new. It has to make sense. It has to be, it really has to, we want to see the data behind it. We want to make sure that it makes sense for us and something we can stand behind. Obviously, like we talked about our current suppliers, something new, and it really hasn't lived up to our expectations.
Right. And then let me ask you this, as far as your brake components, how would you say they're the lifetime of those or the quality of those? How is that on your specific vehicles?
We've had some issues, and I think that's directly tied to our wheels and what we've currently been running. So it's kind of just a culmination of things. I mean, that wheel is a pretty integral part of the vehicle, and that's what helps hit the pavement. That's what helps keep that tire in there. So anything you have going to be issues, whether it's tires or wheels, affects the whole vehicle. So we've had some issues there.
Right. Well, I have the solution to that problem as well. So as I previously mentioned, you know, aluminum being a softer metal, it's also not only going to be lighter, but it will dissipate heat better. So, you know, you're looking at your performance vehicles, you're looking at your bigger trucks, those bigger cars where you've got more momentum, you're trying to slow, those brakes will get hot. The hotter they get, you know, the quicker your brakes are gonna wear out. With aluminum, you know, you're dissipating at 3 times the rate. So if the math was just completely linear, which it obviously isn't, you know, you're looking at 3 times the brake life. So I have a picture here, you know, some examples of how exactly that would look, but you know, they're gonna dissipate that heat, they're gonna keep your brakes longer, and like I mentioned at the beginning, you know, you're looking at that quality, that customer satisfaction and retention, because ultimately we're the same as you, we're looking for that healthy relationship. We don't wanna be known as a, you know, nobody wants to buy a car, they know that the parts are not as good as some others. So if, you know, you put these on, your aluminum wheels on, and you say, you know, look at the improvements, you're gonna have brake life that's lasting you way longer, lower maintenance costs, you know, that's a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned. At this point, did you have any questions for me on any of these topics we covered?
So from a durability standpoint, they're going to be as tough as steel or tougher. I think you kind of touched on it, but just to clarify, you know, everyone's kind of used to aluminum cans and crushing those pretty easily.
Yeah.
And you said they are forged, but what have you seen in that, especially in those heavier duty applications?
Sure. So I'd say those bigger truck wheels, I think is kind of what you're talking about, like for as far as a durability standpoint. So our wheels are all forged, so they're forged aluminum wheels, so they are actually going to be stronger than the steel counterparts.
So stronger?
Yes, stronger than the steel counterparts. They're going to be a little more flashy as well, but they will be stronger because they are forged.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Not as of now.
All right. And then one of my final points I wanted to bring up is, you know, you told me your wheels currently you've got probably 2 or 3 selections, not very customizable, not very not adaptable. What's the word I'm looking for? Unique. So for our wheels, you know, currently we've got 10 different available aluminum styles, if you will, like customizable options. So in this picture, you can see we've got, you know, your 5-spoke, 6-spoke, 8-spoke, snowflake, hex types. So, you know, you get a customer on the lot, they're looking at cars, you know, they're seeing the same car, you can get whatever color you want, sure, but I mean, you throw, you know, hex wheels on it, you throw snowflakes on it, wow, look at that car. You know, what half the kids nowadays, all they want is something unique, they wanna look cool, they wanna be different, they wanna stand out. I mean, nothing's different than, you know, high school. See the kid with the truck with the huge aluminum wheels, shiny snowflake pattern, dude. I mean, your sales right there are gonna jump up insanely. And here's the statistics on those as well. So you can see, we did a survey for customer satisfaction with the brake life increased, 90%. So one guy out of 10 said, you know, it doesn't really matter to me. 9 out of 10 said they would buy a car from Toyota if they knew the brake life was better than other vehicles. The overall sales increase you're gonna